Communicative language teaching and second language acquisition research. Now we think about the other strand or other pedagogical proposal which second language acquisition research has influenced, but it is not something that was initiated because of the second language acquisition research. So how do we have this communicative language teaching? Even before that, let us ask ourselves, what is communicative language teaching? Communicative language teaching is when we focus not on the form of the language, but we focus on language as a system of communication, and we focus more on the meaning making process. So we are okay with a little mistakes that the learners are making, as long as they are able to communicate what they want to say. So fluency and not accuracy is the goal. So it can be, accuracy can be a long-term goal, but the teachers somehow focus a lot on fluency because that is the main emphasis. So communicative language teaching actually resulted from the skepticism or the doubts people started to have about the role of grammar. So the grammar translation method that was used to teach Latin did not quite work for other people when the learners were being taught a language that they really had to use in a real world. So there was also a disillusionment with the results of audio-lingual teaching. You would know what audio-lingual teaching is. In an audio-lingual teaching, you have these language labs in which the learners hear certain structures of a language and then they repeat the structure of the language as they have heard it. So they use these can be whole sentences or phrases or clauses they hear in the lab, and they try to reproduce them as accurately as possible. Now we can see there had to be problems with that, because they had the first problem would be when to use it. A specific language structure that they have learned. What does it actually mean? How could they use the structure to actually mean what they want to say, rather than just repeat or imitate the structure that they have heard? So the learners did not benefit so much in learning accuracy of how to say something, because they did not know how to use that way of saying to express their meaning. So this shift started to come in 1960s, and interestingly, as I say, the antecedents were the classroom teaching practices. It was the teachers who felt that the results of their second language teaching were not somehow serving the purpose, and it was not initiated by second language acquisition research. So communicative language teaching is based on linguistic theories of communication, and the focus is on language as a system with a focus on, again, language in use. So the thing is, what is the language for? It is for communication. And then let us then study language in use. Let us then allow our learners to use the language and give them opportunities to use the language as much as possible within the classrooms, so it can help them actually function in that language. Krashen's theory in the 1980s played a central role in sort of developing communicative language teaching, although it did not initiate it, because what communicative language teaching was saying was fully compatible with Gratian's theory. And in the next module, we'll come back to Gratian's theory and we will revisit it in relation to communicative language teaching.